Welcome back to Hardcore Heroes, everybody. You guys are in Thornwood, and you make your way to the sheriff's station.
Yeah.
Is there another chair?
No, because this is in the evening now.
All right, so I pull the two goblins from the cart, and can I untie their legs?
Yeah, they're both awake now. The sheriff, well, not the sheriff, the temporary sheriff and a couple of the armed guards come out when they see you start dragging goblins out, and a small crowd begins to form around your wagon. As people kind of careen around to see what you're doing. Whispers pick up as they notice you are pulling out goblins.
And so I'm going to go up and start talking to the sheriff. I say that we want to question them to try and find their lair, but we need a place to keep them and ask if there's any open spots in its jail.
We got a couple open spots, but you sure you wouldn't want to just hang them?
Not yet.
I mean, you can do that later, but first I want to question them. I want information.
Yeah, I think we'd be quite happy to house these guys for the night. I'll make sure they stay nice and safe.
All right.
Do we, you know anyone in town that speaks Goblin?
A translator.
Yep.
Yes, and do me a favor and make sure they actually do stay safe. They're no use to us dead or in some form of coma. We need to be able to speak to them.
Alright. Take a look for translator costs. I think I have this. Translators are a gold a day to hire.
We only need them for an hour or two, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 5 silver for a half day,
Yeah.
gold for a full day, nothing in between.
Sure.
I'll pay it.
I mean, I got 2 of the silver already.
Okay. Yeah. You pay 2, I'll pay 3.
That guy just helped us buy our translator.
Yeah, so the guard, one of the guards tells you where you can find a translator who speaks Goblin.
Okay.
Actually, I think this translator, since he speaks Goblin, which is an uncommon language, will probably charge a little bit more, so it'll probably be a gold for the half day.
Okay.
Okay.
But I think you
I'll
guys
pay
are
it.
wealthy enough to afford gold.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
So is he going to be available today, or is it too late at this point?
No. The guard tells you he'll probably wake up for this job.
Okay. Then yeah, let's just do this.
Sure. You guys grab the translator and head back in. The sheriff shuts the door. The sounds of outside disappear. You can still kind of hear the crowd murmuring outside a little bit. And pretty soon it is the two of you, the translator, the sheriff, and 3 town guards. Not to mention the drunk, who is still in jail, and now a cut purse who's been found, who's in jail. Well, I guess that drunk was a different type, but a drunk, a cut purse, and the 2 goblins. So there's a small crowd around here, inside the
Right.
cell, inside the jail.
We're trying to find out where they're, well, first of all, ask them where they came from.
Translator speaks to the goblin in Goblin for a little bit. The goblin spits back some nasty remarks. The translator says, well, he's just talking shit.
All right, Malachi, cut off one of his fingers.
Wait, I've got another idea. I push through the crowd. Can I get one of the dogs in here?
Yes.
I bring one of the dogs, and I have how big is the entrance to the cell? It's only small, right? The dog will basically fill the entrance.
Yeah, if the door is opened, the dog would fill the width of it. Right
So
now, the cell is closed to keep.
So that's what I want to do then. I want to open the door and have the dog sort of straining against the lead to eat them.
Which dog do you want to do this with?
Bear.
Right. So, bear strains,
Growling.
growls, big drips of saliva are hanging off his mouth. The goblin.
Dog's killed a chimera.
The goblin backs up a bit. Starts murmuring to himself. The translator goes, well, I think this guy's just about had enough. Just mumbling to himself now. You got him right scared, but doesn't seem like he wants to talk.
There's 2, right?
Right.
Let's try the other one.
The other one is unconscious. This is the other guy's the one that you
Okay.
beat into submission.
Okay.
Tell him we may be able to negotiate some form of release if he's honest with his information and can provide us with what we want to know.
The sheriff speaks up, says, "We can't rightly do that. These
Oh,
guys
no,
are
no,
gonna
no.
hang.
I'm not saying that I'm being honest.
You're a liar,
Yeah.
then? I mean, even to the enemy, you're gonna."
Do you want this goblin problem taken care of or not? We can not do it if you'd rather not.
Look, we have every intention of releasing him. If you stop us, well, that's not really our problem.
Seems kind of dishonest.
Well, yeah, it is.
Oh,
All
forget
right,
it.
nope. Hey, this is your captive. I'm just the sheriff. Well, interim sheriff.
Thank you.
All right.
I motion to the
Translator
translator.
shrugs, goes along with it. Goblin goes. "All right." Translator turns back to you, goes, "All right, I think he's gonna talk. What do you want to ask him?"
Where did he
Alright.
come from? The Ashlands or the Soggy Hills? Or I guess he may not know those names. From the north or the south?
There's some translating back and forth, and he says, "Looks like he comes from the Soggy Hills-ish, or at least that's where his clan's originally from."
Ask him if he knows about goblins in the Ashlands.
Translation comes back, "Yeah, group of his are working in the Ashlands. Working."
Working for who?
Translation comes back, "A human?"
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
We want to know where they are.
Where who is?
the goblins in the Ashlands.
Looks like they've got a couple of burrows scattered about.
What do they look like? How would we recognize them?
He doesn't seem to want to say.
I'm getting crazy deja vu here. And we've done this exact same thing before. Captured a goblin and made him lead us out to the burrows in the Ashlands
Yeah.
in the one shot. So I say to the translator, will he take us there?
Why, yes, he will. He says if you let him go, he'll take you out there. But he wants you to promise to whoever your god is that you'll do it. That you'll let him
I
go.
shrug.
All right. I turn to the sheriff and I'm gonna kind of like look for his permission on this one.
He
We're
has
going to be releasing
blank
him
look
outside
on
of
his
the
face.
town.
Yeah. I tell the sheriff that I fully intend to eradicate the goblins in the cave. I will let this one goblin go, but I'll take care of many more in the process.
Drugs. Not my duty to stop you.
If you have no protests, then I will make that deal. But on one condition. I intend on forcing those goblins out of their burrows, and if he attempts to interfere, I will kill him. If he doesn't, I will happily let him go. And I kind of wait for the translator to, relay that.
Translator does. The goblin nods. The other one barks back at him. They're still tied, so they can't really move around.
Mm-hmm.
But, starts yelling at them. The translator starts translating. He's threatened to kill the other guy, saying he'll cut off his balls, boil him for soup. Kill his
You
children.
can go and let the other one know that the one barking the threats is not going to be released. He'll meet whatever fate the town guard has in store for him.
Translations go back and forth.
I guess, yeah, we're just gonna. I'm okay with this. I will make the promise to the goblin that I will release him so long as he takes me to the burrow and does not interfere.
Okay.
Should we bring the translator with us?
Nah.
The translation is done. The goblin also asks Malachi to make the same promise to whatever god
I
he
nod.
worships.
I swear to Keese that we'll let the god go. We'll let the goblin go.
Goblin seems satisfied that you both have pledged to your gods that you'll let him go, and agrees to take you.
We leave in the morning, goblin friend. I'll see you then. I remember the comprehend languages spell that I failed, and I'm annoyed with myself.
Did you learn, or did you fail at this level?
I failed it twice now. 3 times, maybe. Failed it a fair bit.
You got a pretty good chance to learn, don't you?
75%, yeah.
Man. Some people.
I have perfect spells for dealing with goblin burrows, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
same here.
The sheriff
I guess-
asks you if there's anything in particular you would like to do with the remaining goblin.
No, he's all yours.
He has some of his guards round the remaining one up and drag him to the castle, to the keep.
Sure.
Awesome. Aside from that, is it still early enough in the day to look into some sort of like studded leather?
It is evening.
Okay, so that might be
all
like
those
a morning.
shops are closed. That's a morning task.
Okay, so we'll do that before we leave. I want to get Jeeves something that he would be willing to wear on the road. In fact, I'd probably bring it up and ask if he's okay with wearing studded leather out on the road.
Oh, I was very looking forward to those nice clothes, but of course, sir.
I understand the attraction to the nice clothes, but I would imagine you have a greater attraction to not having an arrow stuck in your chest.
Very much so, as long as I don't have to wear the armor in town.
No, you can take it off as soon as we
You
come in.
can keep the clothes for that, Jeeves. You think you could use a short sword?
No, sir, I'd really rather not. I abhor violence.
What is he doing with us?
Yeah. You make some
that's-
interesting life choices, my friend. Well, let's get some sleep, and we should stock up on some bigger water skins, Jeeves. It might be a while before we find any.
Very well, sir. I'll see to it.
All right. So I think I'll get the goblin out of the cell. I'll put him in like probably one of our rooms, like with the guard dogs, and just kind of keep him tied up in another corner, because I don't want him around the the other goblin got dragged off, didn't
Right.
he?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll just keep him in the cell. That's fine.
Yeah. That everyone seems agreed to keep the goblin in the cell for his safety and your safety. You
Yeah.
don't want an angry mob coming and breaking into your room to try and kill him.
Yeah. I was just worried that the other goblin would try to sway him against us, but as long as that's not an issue, then yeah, we in the morning I'm gonna go and look into buying studded leather for Jeeves.
And I want to ask some people
before morning rolls around, you guys step out of the sheriff's office, and there's a pretty good crowd, all murmuring and talking about what's going on, what's happening there. I hear they got a goblin, and there's a lot of people. And as you open the door and walk out, the crowd kind of goes silent, looking at you and waiting.
Can I help you?
Well, the goblins. What's going to become of them? Are they going to be
One
hung?
of the goblins is being taken to the keep. I imagine they will most likely hang him. The other one is coming with us. We're going to have him lead us back to his home.
The people begin to murmur and talk amongst themselves.
Yeah.
You get like 1,000 questions from 1,000 people.
Yeah. I try to get through them as quickly as possible. Kind of like celebrity going through a crowd of reporters, just like, going as fast as I can.
Eventually, you guys manage to take the goblin back with you to the bear cave. The innkeeper sees you dragging this goblin into the place and puts up a protest.
We left him in the cell because the other.
Oh,
goblin-
right. Never mind. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then you guys just spend the night in the bear cave, and we go to the next day.
I want to ask the innkeeper maybe about what kind of stuff live in the Ashlands.
Here, hold on.
Apart from goblins, obviously.
Mark off. Last night was the full moon, by the way, in case you guys cared.
Oh, Jimmy.
Well,
Whatever happened to Jimmy?
We cured him, and then I left him with the clergy in Shirebrook.
Yeah, we need to check up on him.
Okay. This is the 21st. It is a Tuesday. You wake up. It is a nice, wonderful, typical day in town. And it's your go.
Yeah,
I
so
want-
studded leather.
Right. There is an armorer in town, so there is a good supply of studded leather about. You don't need to wait for it to be crafted.
Cool.
I think
How much is it?
It costs 25 gold for studded leather? Double check the prices.
Jesus.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
It's coming out of your salary, Jeeves.
You got 100 gold recently.
Excuse me?
Don't worry about it.
20
Consider it a
gold.
gift.
20 gold. All right.
10 each.
Sure. You only need to wear this on the road. I simply don't want to see our carriage driver shot dead.
Thank you, sir. I wouldn't want to be
Alright,
mistaken for a warrior in town, though.
Of course, you can take it off whenever we're in the safety of civilization.
Thank you, sir.
I want to ask around about the fodder in the Ashlands.
Right. All right. The Ashlands are pretty barren. There's not much in the way of monsters out there, except these goblins these days, apparently. There are the occasional bandits, but those are everywhere. There are coyotes, giant lizards, large scorpions, poisonous snakes, and giant trapdoor spiders.
No, fucking hell. It's not a lot.
So there is like a fair amount of like brush and other sort of weeds and bushes, right?
Yeah, it's lots of like belly to chest high scrub brush with
Okay,
dirt
that's
in between
perfect.
them. So it's
That sounds like entangle material to me.
yes. There are there'll be gaps between them. So
Mhm.
if there are 10 people in a 40 by 40 by 40 cube, probably
Probably
only
only get a
80%
few.
of them will be hit, or 70% of them will be hit.
That's fine.
We need to be careful though, because like one of those trapdoor spiders could probably just kill me in one shot.
Yeah, that's what you're going to stay in the carriage.
Are we taking the carriage? Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
All right. So you can walk outside with the goblin.
So you said there's scorpions and snakes that are both poisonous?
Yeah, there's like rattlesnakes, and there are poisonous scorpions, like big poisonous scorpions, like 2 feet across. So not like monstrous scorpions that are gonna come after you and chase you down, but
Big scorpions.
yeah.
Oh, are they like the ones that we fought in that
Outside
village,
Hall.
right outside
Outside
of
the little temple.
outside
Yeah.
of Temple, yeah.
I don't quite remember the size of those scorpions.
They weren't man scorpions, but they were pretty big. I think they were like giant rats.
Maybe.
Okay. Then I think we should just I'll keep most of my spells the same then.
These scorpions or snakes are the sort of critters that you don't want to accidentally run across and be surprised by because they might attack you, but they're also the sort of thing that are more likely to run from you than fight you.
Right.
'cause-
So I'll keep my poison stuff on me then, but I don't think we're gonna have to fight them.
Yeah. Yeah, the large scorpion, they're only 2 feet long. I mean, that's terrifying.
Yes.
But
it is.
if you're out
It's,
in the
it's not a
open,
man scorpion.
yeah, and you can outrun them easily
Okay.
if you had to.
All right.
All right. I swap out irritation for stinking cloud.
And into the Ashlands you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't. Anyway, you guys head out into the Ashlands.
We've got a lot of water, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna change my spells, but I'll go and put them in chat just in case people want a refresher on that.
Okay. Jeeves takes the carriage in his studded leather armor. Takes a while to get all the supplies that you need, so you're leaving around noon.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys head back out into the Ashland.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And I'll go in the carriage with the dogs, and then Van and the goblin can lead Jeeves.
Okay. The goblin leads your carriage kind of down the road for like maybe 2 miles out of the forest, 3 miles out of the forest, and then has you guys turn perpendicular to the road, travels 2 miles through the Ashlands.
How close is this to where we went?
It all looks the same to you, man. That's all just kind of open scrub brush. You're not familiar with any of this area. It's frustrating how difficult it is to find the places that you want to be in.
Okay. On the way, Van talks to Malachi and mentions because like Malachi swore on Sheese's name, and like Van knows that Malachi is not a particularly holy person, so he goes up to Malachi and says, "Malachi, I hope you understand. I did I did swear in the name of Cheese I would allow that goblin to leave safely, and I intend to follow through on that promise.
Yeah.
When we release this goblin, as long as it does not interfere, allow it to go.
Very well.
Okay. Eventually, he stops and gives a jabbers at Van and starts pointing because I think you guys have freed his hand so he can point and stuff.
I think we probably have like a rope around his waist or something.
Sure.
To make sure he doesn't run off.
Yeah, it's not like there's anywhere to run. He's way slower than you, and
Okay.
you guys are armed. Yeah, you can totally have the rope around him, but it's a very clearly prisoner situation. He's unarmed and
Okay.
slower than all of you. He points towards what looks just like any other bush, any other place out here that you guys have seen before, and jabbers.
Malachi, keep an eye on him, and I'm gonna go up to that burrow, and I kind of want to like look to see if there's any sort of entrance or anything.
Yeah, it takes you a little while, but eventually you find this very cleverly disguised little kind of shaft in the ground that has a crappy little ladder built into it.
I'll come up with the dogs once Van's found the entrance, and
Eves is left holding the goblin.
can we lock him in the carriage?
You can put him in the carriage, but the carriage doesn't lock from the outside.
I think we can release him from here. How about this? I cut him free.
There might be more than one burrow.
We have no way of communicating that.
Well, let's just keep him around for now. We'll release him once we're done here. Go
How about this? I'm gonna get a stick. I'm gonna go up to this goblin. I'm kind of like, is it like a hole, like a circular hole?
Yeah.
Okay, so with the stick, I kind of like point back to it and I draw like a circle on the ground with the stick. And then I draw a second one and kind of give him a quizzical look.
Nice.
Okay. I think...
Tie him to the carriage, Van. If we'll just try and get something out of him once we're done here. We'll let him go, though, don't worry.
I think we should just... I don't want to keep him around for this. I think now is a good time to release him before we do our work here. We can always take another goblin prisoner if need be.
We don't have a way to communicate with this one.
Yes, I'm sure there's at least one goblin in this whole bunch that can speak common, and I'm gonna go ahead and walk up and start cutting his bonds.
You don't want to untie him?
Oh, I could just do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Not waste perfectly good rope.
Yeah.
See, I'll untie him and then just point toward like the north, toward the woods, and I just kind of I say go, and I hope he gets the idea.
He gets the idea, and he takes off on his unshod feet, running through the ashlands towards the north.
Awesome.
All right. Stand back, Van. I'll cast a shield on myself first.
Good.
And then I'll cast Stinking Cloud into the burrow.
Ooh. What's the area of effective Stinking Cloud?
If it didn't expand to its full width, would it get extra length to fill up a space?
Yeah, it fills a 20 by 20 by 20 cube.
Okay.
Yep.
Wait, does it have like an entrance, like a door that you could put over it?
I just put it. I'm doing it inside the burrow.
Yeah, I don't want it to like come up out of it though.
Yeah, there's no door, but if you had something to put over it, you could definitely block it in.
I'll grab the tarp from the tent to just like put it over the hole to make sure that the stuff doesn't come out.
By the way, it's too small for us to get in, right? Like, well, too small. Could we crawl in?
You might be able to crawl in. Van probably couldn't with his armor.
Okay.
Because we kind of want them to come out, Van.
Oh, it's true.
We'll just kill them as they come out.
I'm just worried that if we cast Stinking Cloud here, they'll or the cloud will come up out of the hole.
We always cast it like deep into the hole, right? I mean, a little bit might
30
come
yards.
out. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it like aim it down the.
Why don't we just put the tarp over it and then they can move it themselves when they come running out?
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll stick with the plan. I won't like nail it into the ground or anything to trap them. I'll just kind of put the tarp over the hole.
And then you cast Stinking Cloud.
Yep.
Okay.
So they've got. Well, they have to make a save every round, and it lasts for 5 rounds. But they've got to try and leave the cloud.
Right.
basically.
Stinking Cloud is cast, and you immediately hear coughing and choking and wheezing and really nasty, unpleasant sounds from down in the burrow.
All right.
Um,
When I start hearing footsteps running toward the exit, like the hole in the ground, I'm going to cast Strength of Stone on myself.
okay. It's a little difficult to hear that sort of thing.
Would I hear them scrambling up?
You would probably hear them scrambling up the ladder,
Then I'll do that.
but you don't hear that, actually. You're sure you would hear the ladder start to shake as they scramble up, but that's not what you hear at all. You hear coughing and wheezing that only it gets fainter. Some of the stinking cloud mist starts to come up out of the hole. The tarp keeps it mostly down. A little bit escapes, so you know it's working.
Does it sound like they're going further away or like they're passing out?
Like they're going further away.
Okay, can I discern what direction it's going?
Not from in the hole. The hole is just a quieter noise.
Do we see any stinking cloud elsewhere coming out of the ground?
Give me wisdom checks.
All right. Fail.
No. Fail.
Okay. You don't see any stinking cloud vapors around anywhere.
Okay.
But a minute passes, and you start to hear coughing coming from maybe 100 feet over that way. You can't see anything because of all the
all
scrub.
right, I'm gonna cast Strength of Stone on myself and start running in that direction.
Okay. You guys come around, and you see a group of goblins pulling themselves out of this other hole that's got some noxious vapors rising from it. They're crawling on the ground and retching all over the place and gasping for air.
Okay.
How many of them are there?
You see 4 right now, but you can hear more down in the hole.
They can't attack. If they failed saves, they can't attack for D4 plus 1 rounds, right?
That's right.
All right.
Stand back, Van. Let's just give them a few moments. Wait for them all to come out.
Sure. By the way, here's the D4 for my Strength of Stone spell. I'm at 18 strength.
Nice.
So I'll wait another minute, Neil.
Okay, you wait another minute, and now there are 8 goblins all retching and puking on the ground.
Does it
All right,
sound like
I'm
there's more in the hole?
No, it doesn't sound like there's more in the hole. But you can see some of them are clearly trying to crawl away. Some of them have no strength or energy left. They've been in the noxious vapor, some of them for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're
I'll
pretty gross.
cast sleep on them.
All right, roll me 2d4.
3.
All right, 3 goblins pass out. There are 5 more that are crawling around. Give me a d4 plus 1 as well.
Van shouts back to Jeeves.
4.
Jeeves, if you see any come out of the hole back there, shout to us.
Yes, sir.
And then Van turns to the still awake goblins and says, if any of you speak common, start speaking it now. And then he draws his scimitar.
Hey, let's see if any of these guys speak common. You slept 3 of them?
I probably shouldn't have done it.
Oh well. It means that we have some prisoners in case none of these guys do.
One of
Yeah.
them hacks. I'm a human.
Malachi, take him prisoner.
He says, I'm a human.
I think he said, damn human. Take him
Alright.
prisoner. I'll deal with the others. And I want to just go around and start hacking at these goblins crawling on the ground.
Can I restrain him? Can I, non-lethal damage him with my stuff?
Let's see.
I mean, it says he can't attack. It doesn't say that he can't.
No, yeah, he is not willingly being restrained. Van, if you want to fight these guys and start executing them, we're gonna have to enter combat and start rolling initiative and that sort of thing.
So basically,
Because they're not. What is it? They're unable to attack because of the nausea, but they can still try and run and escape. Right now, they're just puking up their
Yeah,
guts. But they
are they in
Wait,
any
wait.
sort of rush?
Van, you pull this one away. I'll deal with these.
Okay, very well. And then I kind of grab the other one and sort of I want to restrain him.
Cool.
Oh. I think he was going to say restrain him, but
I think he was, but then he got restrained by his
Yeah.
internet. Van's never dropped before. And by Van, I mean Sean.
maybe something happened in Washington. Maybe Washington's been wiped off the face of the map. Maybe Godzilla's come.
What should we do? Do we wait 5 minutes?
You know what? we're like 10 minutes from break time, 20 minutes from break time. Why don't we take an early break, and we'll just have a long fourth section. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Bye bye.